Don't want to hang out in this energy because being a Cancer sun, there's maybe my own energy getting in here. So we are going to, and I'm not feeling these cards for Cancer either. And it's a pretty heavy energy kind of day. What is Cancer? Cancers have had it pretty heavy too. Alright, Cancers. I think Cancer is kind of like the Zen. Zen. I mean, I do. It's not necessarily a deck I would use for... Oh, I hate this fan thing. Sorry, guys. I know it's gotta be really annoying. There's a... Cancer's being very intuitive and emotional. I really kind of feel like there is a very strong connection with cards like these. I mean, I love them, but I'm not... I know my decks. I know what they pull. This is not like a default deck for me. But they definitely have a different energy to them. I would like more like this to kind of have a deeper philosophical, spiritual sort of meaning. Yeah, don't take 3 minutes to read or interpret. I love the Oracle decks. I love my Oracle decks. I don't have a lot, 5, 6, like that, but oh my gosh, they are powerful, but they're long. That's why I don't really pull them. I need some, probably some shorter messages, universal messages for these types of readings. Kind of just finish them off. Finish off these short little ones. Just something that's kind of nice, pick me up kind of thing, but isn't, you know, like fortune cookie. Like fortune cookie, like. Alright, Cancer, I'm not hanging out your energy just because ink you signed up in that collective. I don't want to automatically attach, so there's a caution to that. I probably need a deck or two that I use just for Cancer that I don't use for anything else. Alright, Cancer's overall energy for October 16th, the 24-hour period overall energy for Cancer's October 16th for the following 24 hours. Holy cow. Are you guys trying to escape from something? And you know what? Where'd it go? I do feel like this is part of it. Maybe. I'm dicey on that. But this one, definitely. We'll see what else comes out. And this creativity is also the Empress card. Maybe a handful that goes to. I don't feel like it's the bigger collective. I think it's more this healing kind of energy. This inward focus, heart chakra. I feel like with everything that's been going on in the world, Cancers are very sensitive to the energy. So that's why they're really the emotions, collective emotions, empaths. And I know there's some other signs that are very, very prone to that. I'm not sure that others really have the same, get quite the same effect that cancers do. Because cancers tend to carry it pretty heavy. And with things going on, I feel like this may be actually kind of a thing. Pisces, maybe. I kind of feel like that's pretty much it that's really getting hit with this, with the energetic environment quite the way it is. The same way. Everybody gets it their own way. Cancers, it's different. Well, I can't speak about the other zodiacs, but I do know what it's like for things. I know what it's like for Leo, and to some degree Taurus. Overall energy. Most recent past regarding this for Cancers, October 16th. Cancer, October 16th, most recent past relevant. Yeah, makes sense. Present for Cancer, October 16th for Cancers. I will not be doing the mid-month, obviously. For October, I'm actually going to be starting on... no, I don't like these two. These two cards have been coming out together, reading after reading after reading. So I kind of feel like that's not so divinely guided. I believe in chance or coincidence. I do believe in choice and the consequences of choice. So by separating them a little more fully, intentionally, okay. Present energy for Cancer, October 16th, please. 1, thank you. There are no reversals, by the way. The Osho Zen Tarot, they're pretty powerful. They pull some energy. And they will tell me when it's got the energy like a reversal. Possible future for this 24-hour period, please. Possible future outcome. Possible outcome. It's again about choice. It's interesting. I'm actually going to have to read this Innocence card. And here's why. I don't pull every card, and I do know most of them, but there's a handful that I have not read fully. Overall likely outcome for this situation. And they do have different meanings. Okay. What is going on with you guys, Cancer? Bottom of the deck is friendliness. It's also like a 2 of Cups. It's a love that is non-attached, and it's very mimicking of the Empress. So the only thing missing here for Cancers, for this to be something exceptionally divine, is the Emperor. So there may be a message in that. And I feel like there's a reason for it. I do feel very much like there is a reason for this. And I also feel very much like Which I don't typically. Every once in a while, the energy that's coming off isn't, there's something kind of hidden. Presence of fortunes and qualities. The innocent comes from a deep experience of life as childlike, but not childish. The innocence of children is beautiful, but ignorant. It will be replaced by mistrust and doubt. It will be replaced by mistrust and doubt. As the child grows and learns that the world can be a dangerous and threatening place. But the innocence of a life lived fully has a quality of wisdom and acceptance of the ever-changing wonder of life. Zen says that if you drop knowledge, and within knowledge, everything is included, your name, your identity, everything, because this has been given to you by others. If you drop all that has been given by others, you will have a totally different quality to your being, innocence. This will be a crucifixion, I can say it, not read it apparently, of the persona. So this is talking about the ego, the personality, and there will be a resurrection of your innocence. You will become a child again, reborn. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that this is a cycle. So the likely outcome, I see this is, okay, yeah, I get it. Because we're human beings. The overall energy is this healing, okay? Heart chakra, all the chakras are covered here. There is this inner, deep-seated, spiritual, emotional, psychological, physical healing. It's all there. And this is coming at one with oneself. It's not exactly, it might be Ace of Cups. Just for 24 hours, try total acceptance whatsoever happens. Just for 24 hours, Cancers. The duration of this reading. I'm talking about the inner wounds. King of Cups. We are no longer hiding from ourselves or others. Oh, I'm gonna get a ticket. Lotuses of light appear on his physical body and around the subtle energy bodies that healers see surround each of us. In each of these subtle layers appears a healing crystal or pattern. The chakras. When we are under the healing influence of the King of Water, we are no longer hiding from ourselves or others. Someone very connected and in tune. In this attitude of openness and acceptance, we can be healed and help others also to be healthy and whole. Okay. So this is going on. It is divinely guided. This is the energy. Cancers, this is just kind of what we do. Really. It is. It's what we do. It's part of our compassionate component. So it's part of our maternal, sensitive, emotional, being driven by the moon, you know, all that. And then we have this traveling. energy, which is actually a fire energy. This is Eight of Wands. Only the interesting thing about this Eight of Wands, which is just that rapid movement, is unlike in the Rider Waite, there's no particular direction. So there's just, so what this tells me, with this being the overall energy, in the past, there's been a whole lot of massive healing going on. A lot of very quick, very intense, very powerful healing. Which, this is the space that is right now. This returning to. I don't feel like, with this being the overall energy, I don't feel like this process is completed. But there is a returning to this compassionate non-attachment, which is reflected also in this friendliness card. These have the appearance of two trees, but they aren't joined. They overlap, they share, they combine, and underneath at the roots level, they're connected. But here in the body, which is what these represent the body. The roots represent the soul. So there is a connection there at that level, but externally in the body, there's an intermingling, there is a collaboration, there is a co-joining. It doesn't need to be attached. This is all about compassionate non-attachment with someone that you are very, very connected with. Some people might call it a soulmate. It doesn't mean you have to have a label, an intimate relationship. You do not have to have a situation. You can be friends, because friends carries a foundation, carries a firmness, it carries a balance and a sharing on so much a deeper level than an intimate Two of Cups or lovers relationship. Friendship has a foundation. Lovers don't always, even if they are divinely guided. The foundation may be deep at the soul level, could be in past lives, but this is in this life, with a soul connection that goes deeper. The Empress, I think this is just kind of the direction that we are going in. That caring of other, of self, that healing. And that innocence, it's kind of all, the Empress, I feel like in this particular reading for Cancers, is really just kind of an all-encompassing of these level energies. And underneath, I noticed, was maturity and the Magician, which is existence. So these cards underneath are actually also reflective of everything else. So this is clearly divine guidance. This is clearly a moving into. Now we do have our human element. This is what's going on at the energetic spiritual level. All these things are energetic spiritual. Now then we have the human, the external world, the ego, the fears, the doubt, the experiences in our everyday lives that can kind of block us from the progression we see here. Which it feels like that's exactly what happens. Participation is like the Four of Wands, of balance and of integration, of everything kind of working together to create this beautiful whole. Not that each one isn't whole in their own right, but it just, you know, everything's working together. It's a collaboration with a different level, a different kind of balance. It's like if you had two friendly cards. Participation. And the Miser. The Miser doesn't necessarily have an equivalent. It might be like a Ten of Swords or Ten of Wands, or the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, or would you stop? Magician in reverse. I hate that sound. And I know it's louder for you guys because I listen to it and I'm time stamping. Cut it out. It's just getting to be, I've been reading long enough now. It's Four of Pentacles. It's holding on. It's trying to take it all with you, wherever you're going. It's a whole lot of ego energy. And actually, what's interesting, what I'm getting off of this, so you see the mimicking red and rainbow kind of thing. I feel like, here's what I feel like. I feel like there is the attempt, what's going on. So this is where Cancer energy is. You're trying to gain this childhood, this enjoyment, this fun, and responsibility, obligation, real life, concrete, here and now, with this energy of, I have to work, I have to pay my bills, I have to do this, I have to do that, I ought to do this, I need to do that. This constant running and participating in the external world, because we live in it. Yeah, I'm probably getting a parking ticket. Oh well. Street cleaning day. So yeah, there is literally this participation in this energy. Now, we do have this external reality that we do have to deal with and exist within, particularly if you're in the US. But it doesn't mean you have to let go of this wise but youthful appreciation and value for the little things, this communion, the little moments, the little creatures, the things that are physically smaller than us, but energetically kind of get us in this space. This we are all connected. That's the other part about this. We are all connected. No matter what it looks like on the outside. Underneath the surface, we are all connected. You see how this glow actually seems to go more around this cricket or grasshopper, and then there's these flowers. There's a mutual exchange here of these energies. There's no greater than or less than. This is a balanced exchange of innocence and joy and value and appreciation and compassion and gentleness. It's also the final stage of development in the spiritual journey. Is this actually going to happen in the next 24 hours? Cancer, probably not. And I feel like this is an ongoing. I feel like there may be something significant about this that occurs in the next 24 hours, and it may be recognition of this right here. It may be participating in this world and learning to recognize this balance here, where you may have to participate in the world as it is, in the material, in the concrete, and have certain material needs met, but you don't have to do it in that energy. And I do feel like very much this is fear-based, because the likely outcome of this whole situation could undo everything that you're in, and you can change this. You're here, Cancer. The only thing you have to drop is this perception right here. That you have to participate in this energy here. Rather than either dropping it or pairing it with one of these others. Particularly this healing, maybe. Participate in your healing, participate in your development, participate in this innocence as you deal with the world as it is, participate in this unity of all that is, stay in this Empress energy. So the overall outcome for this situation is control, which is very rigid, very firm, very hard, very unmoving. It's a very fixed, this is how it's going to go and this is how I'm going to do it. But we aren't there yet. So it can be very hard and very controlled and very firm and very fixed and very, it's gotta be my way in order to get this handled. But the other type of control here is the choice. The power of choice. Just like everybody else, every other reading has been about the power of choice. You can be in control and power and choose what energy are you going to participate in? What energy are you going to engage in? Yes, there is an external world to deal with. We must have, yes, we have to control certain things about ourselves, our behaviors, whether or not to look for a job, when to look for a job, what kind of income do we need in order to pay the bills and put food on the table, that sort of thing. Yes, there are practical things that we do need to be our own masters of on the external. But the problem with an energy like this, it comes from fear. Fear of loss, fear of lack, fear of not having enough, fear of not being able to manage your internal world or your external world, because you may feel, Cancer, like this is too blasé. You're not paying enough attention. So your fear, your ego may be trying to override to take this experience away. You see how they're going in opposite directions? They're going in opposite directions. Without even realizing, I put the Empress down pretty much facing innocence. You see that? So we can be in our most abundant, beautiful, powerful participation by maintaining these energies, maintaining this healing, to continue to move this forward. This rapid movement, this is directly tied to these energies. This has the ability to stop it all, depending on how we utilize our control. That is the outcome. That is the overall, overarching outcome. Control. Control because we have the power of choice. Because we have the power to choose. Because we can decide where we're going to go next. Here, and potentially to one or both of these, and everything else that follows underneath. We follow in accordance to the outside world and the things we're supposed to be afraid of, the things that look like they're going to harm us, may even feel like they're going to harm us, when all the protection and guidance we need is right here, within us, within ourselves. This is all the power that Cancers have right now. This is a major step. What's the healing? That's where all this power is coming from. And this drive, this desire, this passionate desire to heal, to get and master and manifest these abundances and this inner peace. Cancers carry a lot of emotional burden, and there's this drive for peace and for harmony, but it doesn't come from controlling the outside. You can't control COVID. You can't control whether or not there's jobs available. You cannot control any of that. You can control whether or not you go out and find a job. You can control your personal choices as to whether or not you're more or less likely to get sick. You can control your energy, be in this energy more than this one, and you have the power, you have the control to choose that. And guess what? If you are more in this energy, immunity goes up. Tolerance for dealing with this sort of nonsense goes up, which means immunity continues to increase. You're healthier, you're happier. You are participating more fully, more completely, more presently, more in the moment, more in your true, authentic, happy, abundant self. And this is everything that every one of us has access to. This is not specific to Cancer. This is just the place where Cancer is for the next 24 hours. And this choice right here, in the next 24 hours, give or take, is going to decide everything else. Because underneath all these wonderful cards that go with this healing energy, which is the presiding energy that triggers all of this, underneath that, the miser, the burden, exhaustion, ordinariness, schizophrenia, these are all major arcana. 8, 9. Ordinariness. Ordinariness, it's a rainbow. So there's 6. There's not a 6. The burden. Releasing. The miser. Control of being a magician. And the miser will be wherever she is. So you take away this healing that we put all this work into. Empress goes away. And everything gets replaced with this heavy, dark, nasty, burdensome, undesired, exhausting. This is what we all do to ourselves by making the choice between love and fear. This is all fear energy right here. This is fear. This is love. This is fear. This is love. Sometimes, depends on where it's going. So it's a movement card. So I'll even take that one out. It's a movement card. Control. It can be either. It's a decision card. Existence. Manifesting. The burden. Fear. Innocence. Love. Ordinariness. That actually can depend. Maturity. Love. Schizophrenia. Fear. Friendliness. You guys see the difference? This is why universe, the divine, chose the name. Love. Can you guys see all that? This is the difference. This is a state of love. It's a state of love. All this rainbowy, bright, peaceful, powerful, united. This is love. All this is love energy. And it starts within. Ordinariness, control, traveling. These are the mechanisms by which we move through these sorts of things. This is the ultimate feminine self-love right here. Which also counts, so it kind of caps the whole thing. This is all love energy. But these are the mechanisms by which we travel and make the decisions to one space, to one entity or another. And this is the energy in the universe. This is why cancers are often burdened. Fear. Fear. Cancer, is that what you want to look like? Or anyone else? I'm going to make Cancer a collective message. Fear. Because honestly, anybody has all of this available to them. Anybody. All you have to do, ordinariness is really taking the simple everyday things and treating them with love. But you take the ordinary everyday things that are ego-based and you're going to treat them with disdain. You're not going to appreciate it. So ordinariness is actually a pretty neutral card. It speaks of being present in the moment, and depending on where you are within in the moment is how you're going to deal with ordinary experiences. Everyday things that maybe you normally don't like. Doing laundry. Think of your gratitudes while you're doing it. Aren't you glad you have laundry? Aren't you glad that you have the resources to do your laundry? What about the laundry detergent that you use? What about the dryer sheets? What about the wind that you hang dry? Whatever resources that you have available to wash clothes, that you have things that need to be washed and dried. It goes all the way down to the micro level. That's what gratitude is really about. Control is the decision. It's the only decision we have, truly. And it's making that choice. It's making the choice to go either with the healing within, which leads to everything else, or we go with the energy of what is in the rest of the world. Greed and confusion. And there's a lot more of them in this deck. The burden, exhaustion. How many times do you get home from work and you are bitching and complaining and whining and exhausted from the day because everybody's writing up your shit? And it drains you. For what? For what? For this? That's what you want? That's really what you want. Control. Ordinariness. It's either gratitude or disregard. That's where it starts. And you make that decision, then you're only in control. Is to choose. It is to choose one of these. That's your divine gift. That's your divine power. And every single human being on the face of the planet has this divine power. And traveling. That is about moving towards it. Picking it and then moving. It's not staying in between, indecisive, and stuck. You choose one. And then you move towards it. So ultimately, at the end of the day, which one do you want? Which one? Make a decision. And then move into it. Because you ain't got all fucking day. Anyone. And because this is already 2.5 hours, I'm gonna upload this one, and then later on I will move to Leo through Sagittarius. This is more about duration, and this message, this is for the entire world. This is why I am here. This is why I do this every day. And I am willing to put myself in this frame because I am also this. And I am this. And I am this. And I have never pulled this card. Yes, I have once. We are this. And what kind of this do you want it to be? Seriously, what kind of this? What kind of world do we want? I cannot think of a more expressive and pointed way to share this message. We are the world. We are the creators. We are the manifestors. And we have a choice. What are we going to manifest? What are we going to create? What are we going to build? What are we going to make of our world? What are we going to participate in? And it starts. It starts literally right here. This, see that? That is the world, but we are each one. We are each a creator. We are each a manifestor. We are each powerful. And we each participate in what is created. We each participate with what is created by what's inside of us. So yeah, she's got a lot of gold there, a lot of coins. Probably dropping some jewels along the way. Look at those eyes. She's looking at you. She's sneering at you. She is watching you, waiting for somebody to come and steal her stuff. What's hers, what she owns, what she holds in her arms and wears on her back. And she carries it with her, with every decision and move that she makes. How do you think carrying all of that? And here we've got another one. See her? See him? She's going for more. She wants more. She wants more. She wants a lot more. No, she's got all this. She's got all this. She wants more. Always chasing, always on the lookout, always waiting for somebody to take what's hers away, right? Hauling all that stuff around. These two, they're like best buds. Look at that, they're best buds. And this is exactly what they're doing. They're traveling. Traveling. And they're participating. And they're creating. Florida. This is what you feel on the inside. This is what happens on the inside. This is the machine of the world as we know it. The mechanics, the mechanism. See the robot? Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure people spend a real good long time. This is the control we have. Very modern. Very rigid. Very hard, firm, very decisive, powerful. See that? Powerful. There's a lot of power. A lot of power. See that? All that power? This power and this participation and this moving into hey, you know what, if somebody enjoys that, if this is the kind of energy that somebody wants and desires to be in, to chase, to gain, and to be exhausted, never having enough, never having enough, never having enough, never having enough. And this is no longer about Cancer. This is a bigger message. Hey, you know what? If that's really what's important to you, go for it. My love and support to you. I'm not, no, I'm not kidding. The world that we are creating. What do you want? Because again, the only choice there is to start with make this decision and then move into it. You can build and create and manifest whatever you want. Whatever you want. And here's the Emperor to go with that Empress. Yes? No. Maybe not. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Let's say it is. Just for argument. Because you've still got that rainbow energy. The peace, the innocence, the beauty, the friendship, the friendliness. You can participate in that. And create that by choosing that. It's not that hard to figure out, guys. I'm not saying this is easy. It's not. It's not just you choose and then you go. You gotta choose it, you gotta move towards it, and then you gotta basically bust your ass with yourself. You know, it's not just poof, suddenly you're in this joyous, peaceful, wonderful place. As you can see by the Cancer reading, you know, there is a decision to make because of these external outside pressures. You know, this is what our world looks like. It really is. More, me. And it should be me first and foremost, but a deeper level, internal me that focuses on this first and foremost before anything else, because without this we aren't creators. Without this, the only thing, you know what we're creators of? More of this, really, because we're not deciding, we're not choosing, we're just sort of ordinarily by default falling into it, and we are still creating this energy. So the choice is an active, willing, conscious choice. It is a decision. It is participating in your own life. Actively, on purpose, with intention. So when you go out, I don't care if you are a Cancer, a Pisces, a Leo, Scorpio, I don't care. When you go out, the next time you get up, make a decision. Make an active, intentional, on purpose decision. What kind of participant in your own life, in your own being, are you, and therefore in this world, are you going to be? Because what is within that is what you are creating for everyone else. That is what you are bringing into everyday, ordinary reality. Concrete, here and now, at your job, at your school, with your friends, with your family. This, right here, is what you are creating in every moment of every day, simply by making a choice. So we are the world. That it's a collective energy. And we don't get the collective energy without making a decision about our individual energy. This is why love and fear is here. Because this is easy. This is default. This is what we're taught. This is what we're shown every day on television, in media, on social media. This is the energy we are in by default. Every day it has become so plain clothes, so ordinary, so common. All this magic's gone. We've lost our sense of true self. We're all outside of ourselves. We're outside of each other. We aren't participating in any decisions. We aren't participating. We aren't making a choice. People are not choosing. They're landing in it by default. Which is still a choice. It's still creation. It's still manifestation. But because it's by default, it's not a very happy one. Because it's by default, it's not a very happy one. You've lost all your power in this situation. You've lost your power. You can't go backwards. You can't go forward. You're just stuck. You're stuck. And eventually, you're going to have to let go and trust something. You're going to have to let go and trust something. So at that point, when you let go, and you have to trust something because you are too exhausted to hold on to what already, to the situation you've gotten yourself into, pardon me. What are you going to trust? Out of all the options, out of everything that's here, ultimately, these are cards, but they very much show. They very much show. What are you going to trust? Trust that, or this. Let's disconnect. This, something else, everything else, controlling us, burdens, demands. Is this really what you want to trust? Is this really what you want to trust? Is this really the life energy that you want to live and die in? Without ever experiencing or creating or manifesting any of this simply because you did not make this choice right now. This is a collective message for the world. And with that, Cancer reading is complete. And the Cancers of the world have a message for the world, clearly. 24-hour readings. 24-hour decisions. 24-hour outcomes. Some of them longer, some of them shorter. What world are you going to participate in and create this decision? It's the only one that uses VIBIN. Everything else goes from there. October 16th, 2020. This concludes the message from Love or Fear, the Divine, the Universe. The rest of the readings will be finished for October 16th later. That was a shit ton of channeling. Think about it.